Democrat Party Executive Director Carlo Branch says the governor's statements in his State of the Island address last night are not wholly truthful. Branch says one of the most glaring contradictions in his speech deals with the Hay study.
Do government employees deserve the Hay raises? Of course they do. Was there money for it? No. It was an empty promise from politicians in an election year.
In fact, Branch found a clip that shows the governor making this promise during his campaign at the Guam Medical Association debate.
Some of the burden on the GovGuam employee. And then, and I want to congratulate Governor Camacho, I found out today that they are going to be doing the pay raises for the employees with the Hay study. I will initiate one way to help alleviate some of the rising costs of not only health care but everything else on Guam is to give those pay raises to those GovGuam workers that are in need of it. And I will move forward in giving them a pay raise so not only to pay their health insurance premium but also to pay for the rising cost of gas and food.
Eddie makes a promise during a political event and says, I will pay the Hay study. As governor, he walks in and he says, oh, I can't pay the Hay study. Now, maybe he walked in and there was no money, but don't go up to the legislative rostrum and call out politicians who are making a false promise, because Eddie Calvo was one of those politicians.
Branch also points out that the government hasn't grown smaller, as the governor said in his address.
The labor statistics report, which you guys reported on 2 days ago, said that the number of local government jobs increased. It just went from general fund jobs in line agencies to autonomous agencies.
In fact, the Department of Labor report shows that from December of 2010 to December of 2011, the total number of GovGuam jobs increased from 11,870 employees to 11,940 employees. Budget Chairman Senator Ben Pangilinan says he's not convinced that GovGuam has saved all the money that the governor says it has.
We just haven't seen the savings that he says we have achieved. And if we have, then as I look at the budget that he submitted, we're not saving any money because we're right up there spending in the same rate.
Committee on Rules Chairman Senator Roy Respicio says he liked the governor's promise to impanel the Guam First Commission, but he questions the governor's statements on DOE.
Well, he talked about the DOE being the top priority. If that's the case, then why doesn't he follow through with Senator Ben's concern and request and the public auditor's concern and request to release the 15% set aside? And you can't on one hand say that education is a priority, but yet withhold money from the very institution that needs it.
Speaker Judy Wonpat says that she agreed with several portions of the governor's speech, for example, the unfunded federal mandates with respect to compact impacts and the federal restrictions on Guam's economy. However, she is concerned about the governor's proposed reform of education and his attack on the Guam Federation of Teachers, saying that any reform of education must involve everyone.
I don't want this to be a heavy-handed, dictate, so to speak, because we should never forget that the union was created for a reason, and that's when managers or supervisors or big bosses have actually abused their workers.